Hi everyone from Montreal. Hope you can hear me okay. Sorry not to be here in person. I wish I could see all of you. Anyway, I'll do my best to convey the energy, even though it's 4 a.m. here in the morning, so you can learn a little bit more about what we're creating at the Sandbox, how we're building this open metaverse, and all the opportunities that lie within. So before that, I'd like to start by showing you a video that represent what you can already do in the metaverse, creating your avatar and entering our alpha season 3, which is live until November 2nd. It has over 98 different experiences from game, from social clubs, social hubs, art gallery, museum, featuring over 22 major IPs such as Warner Music Group, Care Bears, Rabbids, The Walking Dead, Atari as well. The great diversity of entertainment, culture, music industry, lifestyle, fashion, artists, celebrity, and more. And all of that content is already live. You can enter those experiences, complete quests, interact as well, bring to life your NFTs and interact with them with some of the most popular collection of NFTs. We have global IPs from all around the world, including Korea, Europe, and more. And we're seeing a lot of engagement already with this Alpha Season 3. So I feel it's really us trying to show like the early possibilities, what you can do with an avatar, right now, because I know many people, you probably have heard more about the metaverse this year, in terms of like a lot of like media coverage, etc. But it's still not very clear for many people what it is. So we try to put this definition on our side. We really see the metaverse as this myriad of virtual worlds, where anyone can access through an avatar. That avatar is a 3D character that become their digital identity, a 3D representation of yourself that you can own, that you can customize. You can also own all your digital assets, your wearable, your equipment, your virtual land, your virtual house, your game items, and you have the total freedom to use it the way you want across all those different virtual worlds, to transfer it to other users, to sell it on marketplaces, even outside of the world or the platform where they were originally created. That's really the open metaverse. And with the avatar, we'll be able to access more fun, more social, more interactive, more immersive kind of experience that go beyond gaming. But at the very beginning, the metaverse will be literally empty. So you have to build it. We want anyone to be able to build it. You, me. So to achieve that, we have to provide accessible creation tool that anyone can use without a steep learning curve. Metaverse will be 99% user generated, and we started the Sandbox by providing a creation tool called Vox Edit. We chose voxels, those 3D cube, 3D pixel, because they are like digital Legos. It's so simple to use them. Think of them like there's already a whole generation of kids and users who've grown using Minecraft or playing with Legos. They can now build in the metaverse quite rapidly. And we also choose to have a no-code game maker, which is a tool that enables anyone to create content, stories, experiences without having any programming skills, which is also like broadening the possibilities for creators to build the metaverse. Besides user-generated content, we want to add culture that comes from the brand, from the real world, bridging a little bit between the physical and the virtual reality, adding culture from many parts of the world with brands in entertainment, in gaming, in fashion, in lifestyle, and more, such as Snoop Dogg, Ubisoft, Warner Music, The Walking Dead, Gucci, etc. Those brands, as they enter the metaverse, they create space, digital spaces in their lands, which will contain the official content of those brands as NFTs, and then people can visit those locations that will be familiar to them. They can have their first social interaction with other users, and they can use the content from the brand to start creating, remixing as well with our game maker, their own experience and publishing on their own land and monetize it the way they want to. So very powerful way for brands to embrace user-generated content and to co-create, to expand their presence in the metaverse with creators and the community. We really see the metaverse as an opportunity to enlarge the population of gamers. And we see the metaverse as creating this new format of entertainment where users will own their digital identity and their digital asset, will be able to build alone or multiplayer, will be able to play alone or in multiplayer, to socialize, to meet, to dance, to express themselves, and also to earn, to be rewarded for the content they create or the time they spend on the platform. To achieve that, we're using blockchain technology, which is an open standard. No one owns or controls that blockchain. And the blockchain ensures the proof of ownership, the proof of authorship as well, like who is the original creator and what is the history of transaction between users, and the proof of digital scarcity, which is an essential element to create a value system for those digital assets. And now that we have digital assets of value, the NFTs, which can represent any content, but in the case of Sandbox, characters, game items, land, etc., we have the possibility to create a whole new digital economy on top of it with services, with jobs. So Metaverse will bring millions of jobs, and also pushing further along, even decentralized finance and governance as well for users who own those assets. I also mentioned the metaverse is a virtual world, and the big difference between like just being a gallery or an app store versus being a virtual world is a map with lands. Lands are digital spaces, parcel of virtual real estate, where users can publish their creation and make it accessible to any other through their avatars. They can own it, they can monetize it, they can rent it, just like a real world land parcel. And in the Sandbox, we've decided to have a finite number of lands, 166, 464 in total, not any more. Each one is an NFT that you can own. And we've reinforced the notion of ownership by allowing you to put your logo on the map. This has created something very interesting, which is like the concept of neighborhoods. Because we haven't released the map all at once, but progressively, we introduced new neighborhoods where brands, IPs, communities have already acquired location, and they allow their fans, their users to become their virtual neighbors. And that's only in the metaverse that you can become the virtual neighbor of Snoop Dogg or Atari, of Ubisoft or Adidas, and create an experience that will be continuous towards about the brand your neighborhood. Meaning like when users walk with their avatar from one land to another, they just cross and access the next neighbor land. So that allows communities to build and expand their presence beyond one land. We also see the metaverse as this new digital nation without frontier that is both global and local. That's why at Sandbox, we have already more than 400 brand partnerships. And we've been focusing a lot on that culture element by bringing brands not only from entertainment, but from any region of the world. Like we have major brands from Korea with Pororo, SM Entertainment, major music label, but also CJ Entertainment, music, drama and content. And we have a whole range of IPs as well from Japan, Captain Tsubasa, Shibuya 109, the famous location in Tokyo, from Hong Kong as well, and from all over the world. So the idea is basically like you as a user will enter the metaverse for one brand that appeals to you locally, but you will stay on the platform to keep discovering all the user-generated content and all the global brands. And that's, in a way, we feel like the way to make the metaverse more accessible to everyone and more appealing to everyone. We also see a lot of communities and brands from the Web3, born in Web3, actually, that are already present in the metaverse and using the creative possibility of the platform, the tools, to engage with their community and add more value. Because initially, most of those communities, they start with just an NFT collection, 10,000 characters, 2D profile pictures, something like that. And they have limited use case, limited utilities for such NFTs. Now in Sandbox, owner of those NFTs can interact with them, play with them, even like see 2D profile picture become 3D playable characters, and then can jump, run, fight, dance, express themselves, and many other actions, and use those to connect more closely with other members, other holders of the NFT, and also become the virtual neighbors from the community and start creating together using the game maker to expand the presence by through their imagination by creating the spaces of their community. So in a nutshell, we really see the future of gaming and metaverse in general through like the possibility to enable anyone to build content, to create assets, to own and collect it, to participate into the governance as well, and be rewarded for all the value and time they bring and contribute to as a creator, as a player, which is also very different from the value proposition we've seen with most of the user-generated content platform and other virtual world, where the platform is a centralized walled garden and capture all that value that the users work hard to bring in and contribute to the success of those platforms. I mentioned it before, like we need to make the metaverse as accessible as possible to anyone if we want it to succeed. Like a metaverse that is photorealistic, human, meta-human, as we call, like in those science fiction movies and books, well, will never scale in terms of capacity of creation, accessibility, etc. So we focused right from the beginning on putting those creation tools, VoxEdit, the marketplace, our game maker, so anyone can become a creator. And we're proud to have already a large community and tens of thousands of creators in the Sandbox ecosystem. We'll talk about it right in a minute. Before that, just a few words about the avatar. I mentioned like this avatar is this new 3D representation of yourself. It's something really important, the notion of digital identity in the metaverse as well, because people, this is our point of access. This is the main way we enter the metaverse, and this is how other people are going to perceive us. The avatar is very powerful as well, because it is a chance to create more fairness, more inclusivity, more diversity, more equality for anyone in the world. Through that avatar, it doesn't matter what is your social status, what is your education level, what you've done before, you have a chance to start fresh and to start to have this unique representation of yourself as an NFT. We also bring a lot of collection and content. So there's only one person in the world that can be the Snoop Dogg in Gucci. It can be human, non-human as well. It's really important. And you can also use avatars that have been created inside by the whole community. So we don't need to create your avatar straight in Sandbox. You can play with an avatar that comes from the overall Web3 ecosystem. We support already 13 collections in the Sandbox, including the Bored Ape, the Clonex, Cool Cat, Cyberkongs, Gutter Gang, World of Women, etc., which bring a lot of diversity, inclusivity, and makes the metaverse quite a unique space when you will see all those contents and all those characters interacting with each other. And also one word about like the activity that we can carry in the metaverse. Right now, it might feel the metaverse is mostly for social event and gaming. We're still very early on at the moment. So like the first use case are mostly indeed related to those, but I definitely see like virtual shows, virtual concerts, art galleries, museum, and all the activities in the real world become accessible in the metaverse. Working, education, dating, attending virtual concerts, events, all of it. And there's many reports from like JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, etc., which are already forecasting that over the next decade, like metaverse will become a $1 trillion opportunity because those shopping, retail, commerce, and all those industry sectors will be possible. And we're proud and honored that just a week ago, we had the first wedding in the metaverse in Singapore as one of the steps showing like how people are beginning to embrace this platform and tools to have more meaningful interactions. The metaverse can also succeed if like users who interact and participate to building the metaverse are successful and businesses as well. So we believe that there will be millions of new jobs created, just like every new technology disruption has brought in a great wave of new job creation, including jobs around like architecture, house design, game design, fashion design for the avatar, creating the spaces and the content and the characters for the metaverse, making each one of them more unique. Also, jobs around like discovery, like people who are here as community manager, as host to guide you and make sure that every single experience is more personalized and unique. curating the content, because in a large world of 166, 164 land, there will be millions of hours spent if you want to really go through everything. So curating, selecting the best content based on your interests is valuable. New businesses related to like virtual real estate agent, NFT reseller, collection creator and manager, landowner, ticket sellers even, and event manager, etc. But ultimately, and that's a new interesting thing, like playing could be also considering as a job. The time you spend completing quests, exploring those experiences, those land from brands or creators is valuable, and they are rewarding you when you complete quests with items, which actually are tokens, whether they are NFTs or cryptocurrencies. And as such, you can decide to keep them, to use them on your avatar to improve your skill and earn more, or even to sell them on marketplace. You have that freedom, meaning that you can turn into a revenue stream your activities in the metaverse. We're also proud to support a growing ecosystem. There's now more than 230 studios around the world, and it keeps growing. 30,000, probably more creators, which on a daily basis are interacting and building the content, the experience for some of the 22,000 landowners or the 400 major brands that are entering the sandbox, and keep growing it from any region of the world. 7 studios in Korea, 3 in Hong Kong, 5 in France, 10 in the US, very global. And our approach is in every country. Now we're exploring Dubai-verse, Turkey-verse, Korea-verse, Singapore-verse, British-verse, and other region of the world, is to make sure that we bring the brand, but we also bring, like, we educate users with various academy program and local partnership to start creating an ecosystem with artists, build a studio which will service the landowners to develop their presence in the metaverse and create a very healthy circular economy into it. To finish this presentation, I'd love to share with you 5 main recommendations if you consider entering the metaverse. The first one is be creative. Very important. Do not try to reproduce the reality in a virtual world. Like, go beyond imagination, take risk, use what the technology allows, like go and make things that do not respect the laws of physics or are more imaginative. And also think entering the metaverse with how do we give value to our users, not how do we extract value, try to sell something, etc. That's the wrong approach. It's a very Web2 approach to always think transactional and revenue driven. First, you want to give value. Like this is a total paradigm shift. Like, you want people to spend half an hour, 1 hour in your land exploring. And it's more valuable to have 10,000 people like that than to have millions of people who watch over Instagram for 1 or 2 seconds and ad, and then move on to the next one and next one and next one. So you're creating quality time with your user base, and you want to reward them for being fans, for being loyal, rewarding them with actually content that matter to them. Those content can be NFT that they can use in game and that can be proud to show, to own, and even maybe to sell and monetize. You want to keep an open spirit, so embracing the NFT culture, showing and other NFTs, showing and collaborating with other Web3 projects. The most successful brands who entered the metaverse to date, like Adidas, Gucci, etc., have really integrated themselves with those ecosystem and other communities. And finally, encourage user-generated content. Like, we have a chance for brands and creators and communities to enter a space where you're co-creating with your community. And this is for the first time, meaning like, yes, I want to redefine who am I, who is my brand in the metaverse, and involve the user in taking ownership and participating into this design, and we will both benefit from that. That's what many brands have already been doing in Sandbox, what you can see in the season 3 of Sandbox, and that I will keep encouraging everyone considering into the metaverse. And that's it for today. I hope that gives you a great overview of what the metaverse, the job opportunity, how to enter it. And if you're interested and you haven't already tried, what you can do right now is like create your avatar for free and start experiencing the alpha season 3 to get a first taste for yourself of the possibilities of the metaverse. Thank you.